We're at Cardinal Newman High School in Santa Rosa, California, less than a year after the wildfires ravaged this community and campus. Tonight, we bring you high school football as the Cardinal Newman Cardinals play host to the Galena Grizzlies of Reno, Nevada. Hello, everyone. I'm Dave Cox, along with the coach, Steve Nicolopolus, and Galena's come a long way looking for their first win of the year over the Sierra Nevada to beautiful wine country, and this is going to be a tough place to find that first win tonight. Ed Lloyd Field.
This is a tough place for anybody to go ahead and win at. Cardinal Newman is very strong at home, but Galena comes in, and they got a little bit of an edge to them. They want to go ahead and erase those losses and start getting on the winning track.
And they've played a tough schedule, so 0-4 may be a bit deceiving their opponent. Cardinal Newman has been led offensively by their two big wide receivers, and these guys spell nothing but double trouble for most opponents.
Double trouble, that's a great name. I'm going to call them Triple S. Skill, size, and speed. They can do it all. They can go up and get the ball, they can run through anybody, and they can run around them. So I'm looking for Cardinal Newman to go ahead and get him the ball quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, Jake Woods is the guy they like to go to in the red zone, and Chauncey LeBerthan can score anytime he touches the football. Galena's job tonight for their quarterback, Alex Laird, is to try to get the ball to the outside as quickly as possible. Not go through the Cardinal defense, but try to go around it.
You don't want to go through the middle of that defense. There's some tough linebackers. Alex Laird is only a junior, and he's learning a new system, and he's really coming along according to Coach Roberts. So we'll see how he's able to go ahead and handle this tough, vaunted defense of Cardinal Newman.
So a great interstate matchup here on 11 Sports. Both teams highly ranked in their respective divisions. Should be a good one. It's Cardinal Newman hosting the Galena Grizzlies coming up next. Cardinal Newman High offers a Catholic college preparatory whole-person education. With a dedicated faculty and state-of-the-art facilities, your daughter or son will have the advantages of the highest caliber educational opportunity in Sonoma County. Learn more at cardinalnewman.org. For award-winning landscape design and installation, call Vice Landscape Management. For nearly 20 years, Scott Weiss has created beautiful landscapes in California's wine country. In fact, the Weiss landscaping team recently won the Excelsior Award of Excellence. Let Weiss Landscaping make the most of your property. Call 707-542-8597. Design, construction, and maintenance. Weiss Landscape Management. Looking to buy or sell wine country, ranch, and vineyard property? Vice Properties, with over 75 years of combined experience, can make it happen. Vice Properties specializes in North Bay ranch and vineyard properties with in-depth local knowledge and relationships unparalleled in wine country. Vice Properties can also help with commercial, investment, and residential properties. We know the market. Let us help you get the best deal possible. Call Vice Properties today or go to Vice.
Our smiles can light up a room. Our work can light up an entire city. We're the men and women of the IBEW, working with a code of excellence that guarantees the job will be done right, on time, and safely. We're lighting the path to the future. Let us show you just how bright that path is.
And welcome back to Ed Lloyd Field. Nice crowd assembling here in beautiful wine country. Very nice night. It was around 85 degrees today, and it has cooled down just a little bit here tonight. The matchup, Galena at 0-4, but they played four very good opponents. Cardinal Newman at 3-1. They're coming off a loss to Liberty High School last week, one of the top-ranked teams in all of Northern California. Cardinal Newman is number one in their division. They are a Division III team, and their head coach is Paul Cronin, who's been here for around 15 years. Done a great job with this program. They've been to 2 state championships, and Galena hopes to get it together when league play starts for them next week and make a run at their league championship.
Yeah, Galena got off to a late start in the season, like we said in the opening there. Coach was brand new, didn't get there till, late June. So
Chauncey LeBerthan takes the kick for Cardinal Newman at the 10-yard line, and there he goes right up the middle. Gets a block downfield. He's at the 40, the 30. It is a foot race, and he is gone. We talked about him in the open. Said he can score anytime he touches the football. Didn't take him long tonight.
No, didn't take him but 13 seconds to go ahead and score. That was a great job by the special teams, and that's exactly what Coach Paul Cronin was talking about. He was preaching about special teams as a very important part of the game. They practice it quite a bit, and with this speed, Dave, they could do just about anything.
Chauncey LeBerthan, one of those big wideouts we talked about, takes the opening kickoff all the way for Cardinal Newman. They are wearing their cardinal with gold, and Galena is in the white with black and gold. Nielsen to try an extra point here as Cardinal Newman doesn't even have to run an offensive play, and they're already on the board. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So just like that, it is 7-0 Cardinal Newman. And boy, what a great job of blocking. LeBerthan did a great job outrunning people, but look at this wedge.
Good job of the wedge right there. They cross and kick out. You see right there, there's a lane, and he just goes right up the sidelines, and he just gets chased.
Julio Angel with that last block on the kicker, Eric Hansen. Here it is.
Watch the parting of the Red Sea here. Cross blocks, kickouts. Great job. He gets to the crease, gets to the sideline, and he just outruns everybody with that speed that you were talking about earlier.
He had trouble getting loose last week against Liberty. Liberty matched up very well with Newman speed-wise, and Coach Hank Roberts for Galena is concerned about that tonight. Not only speed, but also he wants to match them physically. And so far, speed-wise, there he is right there. Hank Roberts used to coach at Santa Clara High School and just came back to Reno, his hometown, to coach this program. Like I said, he got a late start, so they're still learning his system. They're still developing as a team, and this is a tough way to learn it right on the opening kickoff after that long bus ride.
Well, after you get a long bus ride like that and you just watch somebody bust one on you, that's very demoralizing. But Hank's going to go ahead and get his team fired up here and get him right back in the game.
Matt Nielsen, the Newman kicker, he's a senior. He boots it away, and now Galena will try it. Return out near the 15-yard line, and a great open field tackle. Going and getting him right there for Cardinal Newman was Hunter Granis, and he pulls him down.
Granis.
That was Nolan Craddock on the return.
Granis with a great job of trailing the runner, able to run him down from behind. Again, that shows that speed that Cardinal Newman has.
Here comes the quarterback, Alex Laird. He is a junior, and he's learning still. An off-campus coach can have a challenge. He doesn't have an opportunity to have meetings on campus. So Coach Hank Roberts is bringing this young man along, but they're trying to keep it fairly simple for him right now and hope that he can make good decisions.
Right. No, he talked to us in our phone conversation about his mental toughness.
Run straight up the middle that time by Michael Dennis. He will do the bulk of the carrying the ball on the ground, but he's only been able to rush for 1.3 yards per carry so far this year.
He's been the workhorse, as you said. He's only picked up 43 yards.
There's the start. As you see, Dennis is the running back. They'll also try to get the ball to their wide receiver, Elliot Aiden, who's a very good one as well. Again, the objective is, although they did run up the middle on that first play, is to try to get the ball to the edge, try to get around the big guys in the middle, mainly Dino Cajaleo. We'll talk a lot about. He's number 56, right in the middle of that defense. Here is the pass to the outside, complete, but here comes Newman, and they knock him for a loss back near the 15-yard line. Nice catch that time by Aiden Elliott. His first catch of the night is 21st on the year, as we get to take a look at the Newman defense, led by 56, Dino Cajaleo. Also a very good one is Porter Tet. See a lot of the guys that Cardinal Newman has defensively that go both ways. They have the bulk of their top players go both ways, whereas for the Galena Grizzlies, they only have one guy that plays on both sides of the ball. Here's a pass complete again, but another immediate hit that time by Shane Moran, who we'll see as a running back. He's just a sophomore, but one of the best sophomores they've ever had here at Cardinal Newman.
No, Shane Moran does a good job of reading that play. Both plays, you think about the play before, he was able to shed the blocker, the receiving blocker, and just make the tackle, and he did the same thing there on that bubble screen. He comes outside in, makes a great tackle.
So the pass to Will Monroe as the Grizzlies have to punt it, and that was almost blocked. May have actually been affected that time by Moran as it goes off the side of the foot and out of bounds. Cardinal Newman's going to get great field position as the ball rolled out at about the 34-yard line. There's Coach Paul Cronin.
Newman will take over 1st and 10 Cardinals.
So Newman will get a chance to take a look at their offense for the first time tonight. Quarterback Jackson Pavitt, a 6'2", 186-pound junior. And he's had a good year so far this year, his first year as the quarterback. And he's really done a great job, not only throwing the football, but also running the football. He's their leading rusher.
No, he's definitely the manager of this. Actually, the point guard. Coach referred to him as the point guard of the offense.
And Pavitt will throw on first down. There's LeBerthan with his second touch of the night. He's going to be shy of the first down, but he does get to the 26-yard line. It's a pickup of about 7, maybe 8 yards for Cardinal Newman on their first snap of the day.
Tackle made by Nolan Craddock on the play.
Craddock came up and made the stop that time. So 2nd and short. Man in motion. They try the fly sweep to Giancarlo Woods. He breaks a tackle, has the first down, gets inside the 20, and goes down near the 12. Looked like they had him stop behind the line, but he turns that into a 14-yard gain and a first down.
Galena, there you see the starting lineup for Galena.
Yeah, here is the Galena offense as we take a look. Michael Dennis is their running back. We talked about him on his first carry. First down for Newman, their first down of the ball game. And here's Moran. Moran finds the edge, a block and a flag. Moran goes in, but wait for this as our white hat, the referee Dominic Bosky, will make the call. And it's going to be a hold that goes against the Cardinals.
Holding is the penalty. That'll go against Cardinal Newman, and that'll back them up. And the game, the touchdown.
There's your defensive coordinator for the Grizzlies.
And he knew he kind of had his hands full coming into this one. So they run a similar offense to us, but they've got way more weapons. And Galena has some good players, but they're very young. Cardinal Newman is a veteran squad. They know this offense really well, and they've got some great skill position guys. 3 to the near side now as they back this up into a 1st and 20. And there's a sack getting to Pavitt and dropping him for the Grizzlies. Right up the middle was Christopher Rowan. Great hit, great penetration, and a big play for the Galena defense.
See Christopher Rowan coming right off the edge there. That's that 3-3-5 defense that they run. It's very difficult because they're slanting and jetting all the time, moving around. You see 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers stacked on top. It's a tough blocking scheme for the offensive line.
2nd and 26 now. LeBerthan takes the inside screen, gets a couple blocks. Cajaleo leading the way. He's the center, but also a great defender for this team, and they picked up a good chunk of the penalty and sack yardage right there as LeBerthan gets to the 17-yard line. So pick up a 14 yards on that one. Pavitt's 2 for 2. And LeBerthan has caught both of those. So 3rd down now, a little more manageable from 2nd and 26 to 3rd and about 14 for Newman. And Pavitt will try the draw. Maybe 4-down territory as he's met by Rowan. They may go field goal here, and it looks like they will go field goal as Matt Nelson will come on the field. He's hit 1 of 3 this year. His long is a 39-yarder.
They went with an empty set on that one, Dave. So they were trying to spread the defense out, create a crease with those 6 guys inside. Pavitt, being another runner, makes it an 11th guy they have to defend.
Julio Angel is the holder. This will be about a 30-yarder for Nielsen. He's also a soccer player in the winter here at Cardinal Newman. Good snap. Kick has plenty of distance on it, and it is good. So Cardinal Newman takes advantage of the short punt Nielsen adds 3. It's 10-0. Cardinal Newman here in the first quarter. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment. See if Galena can get on the board here on 11 Sports. So Cardinal Newman off to a 10-0 start. So far the special teams have been great for Cardinal Newman. A kickoff return, almost a block punt that gave them great field position that led to the field goal. Coach Cronin prides himself on the way his special teams play, and so far they've come up huge.
You know, we were just talking at the break, Dave, how Galena was able to go ahead and stop the Newman offense there. So that's got to be a plus win for them, something that they're trying to build on right there.
Yeah, they got a sack. They stopped them short on the quarterback draw, so definitely a confidence booster, even though they did give up the 3 points. Nielsen will kick it away now for Newman. And once again, it's going to be Craddock that takes it. Craddock looking for room, gets out past the 25 to the 29, maybe just shy of the 30-yard line, where the Galena Grizzlies will go back on the attack, looking for their first down. They've played some tough opponents so far this year. Foothill from Las Vegas, Reno, Reed, also one of the top teams in Nevada, and Spanish Springs, a team that's favored to win their division. So Cardinal Newman, a team that right now is #1 in Division III, as we see head coach Paul Cronin in his 16th year at the helm of the Cardinals. And, you know, that's been a that's one of the toughest non-league schedules of anybody in the state of Nevada, which should prepare them for league play.
Yeah, no, as long as it doesn't, you know, demoralize the players, that's the important thing.
Here comes Dennis straight ahead. Nice run as Dennis gets out past the 35 to the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 7 yards.
Well, that's what Coach Roberts was talking to us about in the phone conference. They're going to run at Dino right there in the middle to start with, to go ahead and kind of freeze him up and then go to the outside.
Here comes Dennis again. And this time he is taken down shy of the first down. Noah Steverson, one of the workhorse guys on this team. And he actually may have it. He got a very good spot out of that, and the officials say, yep, we'll move the chains. So Galena indeed gets their first down as Dennis carries twice in a row for first down yardage.
And that'll be enough for a Galena first down.
So both teams with 1 first down now in this first quarter, although Newman leads it 10-0. Pass to the outside, caught. That's Ryan Sear, and he is hit by a bunch of Newman red jerseys. Shane Moran led the way. He's already made a couple tackles so far tonight. And also right there was Nick Wall. Nick Wall is also one of the leading tacklers on this Cardinal Newman team.
That was three tackles now for Moran. Looks as though one of the players from Grizzlies was a little bit shaken up.
Timeout on the field.
Ryan Sear did a nice job hanging on to that, but there is a player down for the Galena Grizzlies. So we see Dominic Bosky, the referee, stopping play here at Ed Lloyd Field, Cardinal Newman High School.
Yeah, no, they smothered him on that play. They got a little bubble pass to the outside. They had 3 defenders there with only 1 blocker, and it was very tough.
So we'll take a quick break here. Hopefully this player will be all right. It is 10-0 Newman here on 11 Sports. All right, Ryan Sear did leave under his own power after catching that pass and hitting hard. There he is back there, and he is still shaken up, but it was good news that he was able to leave under his own power. So a 2nd and 9 now, and somebody may have jumped right in the middle of the line there.
Flag on the play.
Looked like encroachment perhaps by Zach Moran.
A little jealous of his brother right there, trying to go ahead and get in there and make a tackle. His brother's got 3 tackles so far.
Yeah, he was showing blitz, and he just stepped a little bit over the line, and in high school you can't do that.
They will get those 5 yards. They will repeat 2nd down.
Coach Roberts directing his offense.
They are blitzing, and a good play call here as Dennis takes the handoff and is close to another 1st down at the 50-yard line. Perfect play call at the right time. That was real interesting. We were talking with Hank Roberts. How do you get your quarterback ready? And he goes, I punch him in the shoulder pads. We kind of thought he was kidding. He was serious. He comes up and he raps on his shoulder pads real hard a few times before the game. It kind of toughens him up a little bit and maybe relaxes him.
Gets him fired up and gets him ready.
2nd 1st down now for the Galena Grizzlies. They have crossed midfield for the first time tonight here at Ed Lloyd Field in Santa Rosa. Laird to throw, looking deep, and overthrows his intended receiver, Will Monroe, who was covered closely that time by Giancarlo Woods.
Laird had to go ahead and deliver that ball a little quicker than he really wanted to because of the defensive line was almost in his face. Newman runs that 3-4 defense. They've got 3 down linemen and 4 linebackers, and they're bringing some heat from the outside.
Here comes Woods blitzing, but Dennis again on the draw. Hit hard by Cajaleo, and the football comes loose. Looks like Newman may have it, and they do. Sure enough, that football popped out, and Connor Williams comes up with the ball. Cajaleo knocked it loose, and Hank Roberts talked a lot about number 56, Dino Cajaleo, and how worried he was about being able to block him, and right there they didn't.
Yeah, he said he had a lot of sleepless nights thinking about 56 right here.
Official timeout.
56 comes in and just sticks a hat on the ball and pops it out.
Connor Williams in the right place at the right time. He falls on it. We have an injured Cardinal Newman player now down on the field. Can't see the number just yet. Newman's going to have the football and a 10-0 lead. That's too bad because Galena had a couple first downs. They were starting to get a little momentum. They were having success, particularly with that draw play in the middle. It looks like the injured Cardinal is Noah Steverson. And Steverson, one of the guys Coach Cronin talks about as an unsung hero on this team, and the guys that goes out week in and week out, day after day, and works extremely hard. Doesn't get the notoriety that Dino and some of the other guys does, but he is a great player, and he is up and leaving under his own power as well, so that's good news.
It's hobbling off, yeah, so he's got to come out right now for this, excuse me, for this play. And Delzell probably is going to come in and spill him for that.
So Newman takes over after the fumble. It's at the 46-yard line, just shy of midfield. Single back is Clayton Wu. Pass complete. LeBerthan taken down near a first down. Nice open field tackle that time. As making the hit that time was Chase Nelson. Not an easy thing to do, and that's close to a first down for Newman. They're eyeballing it, and I don't think they're going to give it to him. It's going to be just shy of the first down yardage. Third catch of the night. Here comes Wu, and Wu gets the first down near the 41-yard line. He just became eligible last week after transferring from Windsor High School just up the road, and he's going to help this team. He's a good back, and the running game is very important to them. Shane Moran had the bulk of the carries. If Wu can come in and effectively give Moran some breathers, that makes him even better on defense.
Absolutely. You always want to give your ball players an opportunity to catch their breath, especially when they're playing two ways.
Looking deep, Jake Woods is open, and he can't hang on. He had to turn around for the football, and he'll tell you he thought he should have had it. The 6'5" wide receiver. He's being recruited by a number of good colleges, and he's a guy that will definitely be playing at the next level.
Well, they were going to the big guy. They were going to the big guy right here, and you see it's right in the breadbasket. He just doesn't put a bottom in the basket. It goes right through his hands. He was letting it drop right into his body, and he knows better than that.
Second and 10 now for Cardinal Newman as Galena tries to come up with another stop. Right back to Woods they go. This time he has it, and he's got a first down inside the 30-yard line. Great confidence builder by Paul Cronin. You drop this one, coming right back to you, you'll make the catch.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and don't let your receivers get down on themselves. So he comes right back to the big guy, get him involved in the play.
Third first down for the Cardinals. First catch of the night for Jake Woods. Pavitt throws, far side complete. Julio Angel breaks a tackle, and Angel has another first down as he gets inside the 15-yard line. 18-yard pickup for the Cardinals.
Yeah, you got two receivers out there. Your inside receiver runs a little out route, while the outside receiver runs a clear route.
Cardinal Newman glad to be playing back here at home. After the wildfires in October last year, they did not have a home game. The campus was closed as Shane Moran takes this handoff and a much better job defensively this time, as coming up and making the hit that time was Michael Dennis. Also there was Nolan Craddock for the Galena Grizzlies, and Moran gains just a yard.
No, the two-way player for Galena was the workhorse carrying the ball, Dennis, and now he's out there on defense making tackles.
Yeah, he's the only guy you'll see on both sides of the ball, and they call him a 1.5-way player. Doesn't take all the snaps on defense, but a lot of them. One of the great seniors that they will just try to get the ball to as much as possible, and so far they've done a pretty good job of that offensively, as Newman now faces a 2nd and 9 inside the 15-yard line. Pavitt in trouble. looking for help, manages to gain a couple yards somehow. Looked like a broken play, and he gets just down to the 9-yard line. Pick up of a couple yards that time.
He was trying to go to the inside receiver, running on the straight up the seam right there, but the defense put some pressure on him, forced him outside, and he was able to go ahead and make something positive on that play.
Pavitt has thrown for over 220 yards per game. He's also rushed for right under 50 yards per game, and he's a tough runner. He played running back a lot in youth football, so he knows how to finish runs, and he gets better at that each and every week. 3rd down now for the Cardinals. Inside receiver Angel has it near the 5-yard line, and it's going to be about 1.5 yards shy of the 1st down, and it'll be interesting to see if they go for it here. They take 3. Looks like they're going to the jumbo package. I don't see Nielsen yet. 4th and a couple.
Right here, just a little quick out route. Good rally on the defense right there by number 14 to go ahead and come up and make that play.
Jumbo package. Moran slipped, but manages to get a block and is near the end zone. He is in. Touchdown on 4th and 2. They get 6, and the Cardinals offense puts points on the board.
Taking that ball right up the middle.
It's interesting because Moran lost his footing right off the snap, but managed to get it back.
We got some big boys up front pushing the defense backwards. The line of scrimmage is moving towards Galena, so all he has to do is lean forward.
And that was one of the other concerns for Hank Roberts, was not only matching up the speed, but matching their physicality. And we saw the physicality that Newman can bring in that jumbo package right there as Nielsen tries to put another point on the board. He's already hit a field goal. Soccer used to be a fall sport, so it was very tough for high school football coaches to get their kickers that were also soccer players ready to go. They would have to practice part-time and really didn't feel like they were much a part of the team as Nielsen puts this one through. Now that it's a winter sport here in the North Bay, it's really helped.
See right here, there's a slip. They block down, and he just reaches the ball out. Look at right here, close up. He's able to reach the ball out and get it right across the line and score.
Great block by Mitch Russell, who led the way that time for Shane Moran. So Hank Roberts' team finds themselves trailing by 17. And, right now they had a good drive last time they had the football, Steve. So they want to get the football back and try to sustain it this time. They can't turn it over. That's the one thing you can't do against Cardinal Newman.
Right. No, they were talking about the keys to the game for Galena. One of them was to match up with Newman's physicality, and you're seeing that Newman's a little bit tougher than Galena right now. Tempo was the second thing. They've had the tempo, but they just need to hold on to the ball. Then they need to force Newman to make mistakes, but Newman's hasn't made one mistake yet. Well, they did one when he dropped the ball, but they're pretty error-free right now.
Yeah, really, their special teams have done a great job. Their defense came up with a fumble, and their offense has put 10 points on the board so far tonight. So 17-0 as Nielsen gets ready to kick it away once again. Dropping back for Galena is Dennis along with Craddock. Craddock has handled both kickoffs so far. Newman did their scouting and knows not to kick it to Michael Dennis. Thanks for joining us tonight here on 11 Sports. Great to bring you high school football from Northern California. It's Reno, Nevada versus Northern California as Craddock loses the handle, picks it back up, finds a little seam, and then gets met at the 22-yard line and dropped. Nice job on the special teams by Jared Doolittle, who led the way that time and put in a nice hit.
See Daniel Craddock going off the field there. He plays defense. Now he's a returner. Tough young man.
So we'll see if the Grizzlies can get their offense back in gear. Newman has played another out-of-state opponent this year. They played Summit Academy from Utah. Talk about a long trip. That's an extremely long trip. And Coach Roberts actually talks about going to Northern California isn't that bad for them. It's a 3-hour bus ride as opposed to going to Vegas, which is an overnighter for them, which is interesting. The in-state game is actually a tougher road trip for them than going to Northern California.
Well, that's because of the freeway system in Nevada. There's, it's not like California.
Dennis to the 25-yard line. Michael Dennis with his 6th carry of the night. And again, he fumbled the last time he had the ball, so they come right back to him like Newman did with Jake Woods after he had his drop. to make sure that the coaches tell him that they haven't lost confidence in him as a player, and he's one of their best guys. So he wants the football back in his hands. It's now 2nd and 7. Laird rolling out. He's a capable runner as well, and throws this one into space and gets hit right after he threw it. And I believe we're going to get a roughing call as Steverson hit him a little bit late. And right there was the white hat, Dominic Bosky.
Yeah, they're definitely going to take that one. He got drilled after he let the ball go.
Flag is going to go against Cardinal Newman as a roughing the passer call. It's a 15-yard penalty.
So that's a big one. That's a 15-yarder. 3rd penalty of the night against Cardinal Newman, and Noah Steverson's going to take a little break.
1st and 10.
Well, he went out injured a little while ago when he was back in there playing, and now he's delivering the hits.
3 first downs now for the Grizzlies. Signaling in the play from the sidelines. Again, Hank Roberts, the head coach, was a Santa Clara coach for many years. So, coming to Northern California is like old home week for him as Dennis carries, spins away from Calaleo, but ends up getting taken down for a loss by Leighton Delzell.
See right here, Kaleo just coming off the edge. He's out in coverage. The safety comes over the top, and he's able to go ahead and scream off the edge and make that tackle.
2nd and 10. No gain on that last play for the Grizzlies. Laird's going to try to keep, but look out. He goes down in the backfield as Dylan Farrar. Another one of those unsung hero guys, and he's a defensive lineman. You got to love it. 5'7", 160 D lineman. The number 99 makes him look a little bigger, but 5'7", 160. And Coach Cronin loves the way he brings it each and every week.
He should be wearing a single-digit number, but he's wearing two nines.
Laird carrying for the first time tonight, and Coach Roberts calls him a very capable runner as the first quarter comes to an end. Galena trying to sustain a drive right now. They'll face a 3rd and long and a 17-point deficit after 1. We'll take a break right here and be back with the start of quarter number 2 on 11 Sports. Cardinal Newman Cardinal fans having a good time tonight. Their squad leads it 17-0. Ranked number 64 in the state of California. Number 1 in Division 3 of the North Coast section. But the Galena Grizzlies have the football. 3rd and long. They try a little sweep right here, and that is read perfectly by Newman. Aiden Elliott took the handoff, and Dino Cajaleo got to the edge along with number 4, Shane Moran, and they team up on that one. Plan was to try to get around the Newman defense. Easier said than done.
Yeah, no, they went at the center of the defense. Now they're trying to go at the perimeter, but the speed right now is just a little bit too much. I'd go back to the middle if I was them, spread them out and go back to the middle.
Chauncey LeBerthan drops back deep. He's already had 1 kick return for a touchdown tonight as Eric Hansen gets set to punt it away. Low snap. Hansen handles it well and gets off the kick. LeBerthan in space takes a fair catch at the 39. A little surprised because he had some blocking there in front of him, but he did throw up the hand, and Cardinal Newman will take over there.
This is the 4th possession for Newman. This is their worst field position they've had all night.
Yeah, good point. They've been blessed with great field position so far. The nearly blocked punt and then the fumble recovery. So see what they can do with a little longer field to operate with. 61 yards away from the north end zone here at Cardinal Newman High School. Much of this campus was destroyed in the wildfire last October. Mostly at the north end, the other side of campus. The football field, the press box was spared, but the campus was closed throughout the season last year. They had to play all road games. There's the pass to LeBerthan. Man falls down, and LeBerthan has a seam. Look out. LeBerthan at the 20, the 10. He is gone. Touchdown, Cardinal Newman. 1 play, 61 yards. Another big play for Chauncey LeBerthan as Jackson Pavitt throws it right on the money.
No, that was a great job of LeBerthan showing off his skills, weaving through the defense. He starts on the outside, and he gets a little stem to the inside.
Pavitt now 7 of 8 here in the first half for 128 yards. That obviously the biggest play as Nielsen tries the point after, and just like that, it is 24-0. Cardinal Newman with a big lead.
You're going to go see, he's going to go ahead here, go inside like that, and this guy goes outside. He slips, and he's got a cover, and he's still a little too slow. There it is right there, the old switcheroo. The safety slips down. That just becomes speed versus turf slip.
Cardinal Newman. A 24-0 lead for Cardinal Newman, looking to go 4-1 on the year. League play starts next week for both of these teams. Cardinal Newman will face their biggest league rival, Rancho Cotati, next week, so they're tuning up for that. Galena is actually ranked 28th in the state of Nevada, despite their 0-4 record. This one trickles all the way back to Dennis, who will get a chance to return a kick for the first time tonight. And he is dropped at the 16-yard line. Great coverage by the Cardinal Newman special teams. And it looks like Dylan Farrar makes the tackle.
5'10". He's flying downfield making tackles.
So a little bit of a hole to try and dig themselves out of here. The Galena Grizzlies trailing 24-0 on the road. Nice road trip for them as they came over today. They had a nice big bus. They take Highway 80 over the Sierra Nevada, arrive here in time to grab a bite to eat and get on the field. So the kids love to travel, Coach says, as Dennis takes the handoff and spins to the 20-yard line. I imagine as a high school athlete, that's a pretty fun thing to do. You get out of school all day, right?
Oh, yeah. It's nothing like travel on game day, long road trips. Sometimes though that can go against you. You know, you're in a bus all day, you get tight, stiff, and it takes a long time to get ready to go ahead and play after getting off a bus.
2nd and 7. Craddock trying to get to the outside, can't do it, and he is dropped at the 15. That's going to be a loss of 4 yards as Porter Tett comes up and makes the hit that time. He's a great defensive player for this Cardinal Newman team, one of their top defenders.
Tett's got 30 tackles so far this season. Now he's got 31. That's 31 tackles right in there for your outside linebacker.
And a timeout taken here by the Galena Grizzlies with 10:35 to go. It's 24-0 Cardinal Newman. We'll take a break right here and be back with more from Cardinal Newman High School in just a moment on 11 Sports. Galena Grizzlies with the football, facing a 3rd and 11, trailing Cardinal Newman by 24 points. Looking for the first down. High pass, almost snagged that time by Austin Coombs, but it is incomplete. Pretty good defense that time by Newman, and they will force another punt.
Yeah, that pass was just delivered a little bit too high. Again, Laird is rushing it a little bit because he's got guys breathing down his neck.
So this will be a chance for Cardinal Newman to once again get very good field position. LeBerthan is on his 44-yard line, actually the Galena 44-yard line, as he waits for this punt from Eric Hansen. Called for a fair catch last time, but a nice kick takes him back to the 45. Looking for blocking. Gets down the sideline and finally gets knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Very good kick by Hansen, but there is a penalty marker down on the far side of the field. So we'll wait for Dominic Bosky to sort this one out.
Might be a block in the back.
If it is way, way far away from where the football was, so it wasn't a good block.
Exactly. Why even block that far away? Those things are enough to make a coach go ahead and go gray or bald real quick.
You can see Coach Cronin kind of shaking his head. Spot of the fouls right around the 22-yard line, and it is a hold. Actually, the 27-yard line, so they will march it from there.
Well, there was no need for a hold over there.
That's going to back them up a little bit. They'll start this drive on the 35-yard line, still in Galena territory.
All the way to the 35-yard line.
Same kind of field position they've had all night. Short field, short field, short field.
So Newman will look to add to the lead right here with 10:17 to go in this second quarter. Jackson Pavitt has been rock solid so far, 7 of 8 for 128 yards. And the long touchdown, the 61-yarder to Chauncey LeBerthan.
Now, with you being a grad from Cardinal Newman, the helmets, tell me a little bit about that.
Well, those were the traditional helmets worn back in the 70s and 80s. And great tradition here at Cardinal Newman over those years. The long pass to Woods, and he hits him in stride. Jake Woods, touchdown, Cardinal Newman. A perfect pass from Pavitt to Woods, and Cardinal Newman adds to the lead. 35-yard. That's 2 touchdown passes in a row for Jackson Pavitt. Called them double trouble in the open, and so far they have been exactly that.
Triple S, speed, skill, and size. I'll tell you.
Nielsen to try to add the point. And that kick is good.
They've got a cover 3, and they do a great job of beating that. No, it's cover 2. You see right here, he's going to go right from the outside to the post, and Pavitt just throws him wide open. I mean, he throws the ball perfectly. He throws it to the spot, the receiver goes. That's outstanding coordination between both the receiver and the quarterback.
So now 31-0, Cardinal Newman. It takes them just one play to score again. That's twice in a row they've scored on one play. So from the 90s, they went to the gold helmets, kind of like the Notre Dame style helmets, and they wore those for many years. And they wanted to go back to the red, partly as an honor to Graham Rutherford, who was the principal. Now he's the dean of student life here, and he had always worn those red helmets. In fact, had one in his office before the fire, the old red style helmet. So Paul Cronin wanted to honor him and go back to that. The kids kind of added the decals and the stripes and fancied them up, but people who remember the streak back in the 70s, which was a 47-game winning streak here at Cardinal Newman, appreciate the red helmets.
No, the community here is so much behind Cardinal Newman. It's insane. They just love their Cardinals.
Nielsen to kick it away once again. Dennis out past the 15. Farrar gets to him again. Dylan Farrar is all over the place. And he runs him down. Got a little help, but a great job by Dylan Farrar.
I'm going to change his name to Ferrari. He's flying down there. Dylan Ferrari, man. That guy's fast.
That ball's going to be placed about the 19-yard line. where the Grizzlies.
He had to go up against a 300-pound guy last week against Liberty. And Coach Cronin said on film, he won most of those battles at 5'7", 160.
That's what I used to tell my players. It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
They lost that game to Liberty 31-14, but it was really a much closer game than that. They fumbled on their first possession, gave up a scoop and score fumble, and couldn't get off the field on 4th down all night long. This pass incomplete, in and out of the hands of Aiden Elliott. He was open. He had a chance to turn that up, but couldn't hang on.
Elliott knows he should have caught that pass. He's kind of walking back saying, that's on me. He's got 20 receptions for 127 yards for Galena, one of their leading receivers so far this year.
One of the things they were really focused on this week was doing what they do as well as they can, not worry so much about what the opponent does, but really try to get things right. They thought in past weeks they focused too much on scheming against the other team instead of working on their skills and getting better at their game. Laird throws that one, and a nice catch that time is going up and getting it is Aiden Elliott, their leading receiver. It's only a gain of a couple, but a nice catch.
That's what you got to do, is get your receivers involved. Spread the ball around.
Elliott, who's averaged 6.4 yards per catch, as we see Hank Roberts wearing the headset. He's kind of a character, funny guy. Enjoyed talking with him. And, you know, he took things with a grain of salt. He kind of knew they were up against it facing Cardinal Newman tonight, but he wasn't upset about it. He came down here to have fun and get his team better, and you can tell that's the way he coaches
No,
football.
He's the salt of the earth. Hank is a great guy.
Timeout here taken on the field. It's 31-0 Cardinal Newman. A 3rd and 7 when we come back for the Galena Grizzlies here on 11 Sports.
One of our successes has always been able to find the B personalities, and the B personality just stands for Butler, which means fitting into our organization. We could have been a much bigger company if we had chosen to be, but it's been the philosophy of both myself, Bill, and the leadership team to stay at a size that we really know all of our team members and their family members, because we're only as good as the team member sitting next to us.
Cardinal Newman with the nice lead. 3-1 on the year. As we see Coach Paul Cronin.
With your matching shirt. You guys got matching shirts?
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. I really don't. I really don't know what's going on there.
Come on, he called you, didn't he?
The Cardinal Newman connection, no, he did not. I did talk to him today, though. He hadn't talked to the Galena coach all week. He was kind of worried. He's like, I'm not sure if they're even coming. And I said, no, we talked to them. They're coming. They're definitely coming. Laird throws this one high again and incomplete.
Laird's thrown into traffic. He's thrown into some pretty tight coverage there.
That was intended for Coombs, just a little high, and they will punt it away. 4 of 7 now, Laird. In the passing department, he's completed 52% of his passes on the year for over 400 yards. And LeBerthan, once again, will take the kick.
One of the things Roberts was talking about as quarterback, Laird, he says he's tough mentally, he's a tough mental player, but he can overcome his mistakes. He's got some big overcoming to do here tonight against this tough defense.
Another fair catch called for by LeBerthan. He takes it at the 48-yard line. And once again, Cardinal Newman will start on the Galena side of the football field. They've scored on 2 consecutive pass plays. There's 9 minutes to go here in this second quarter. Very impressive performance so far for Cardinal Newman in all aspects of the game.
No, they're a fine-tuned, well-oiled machine. They got the Ferrari on their side.
Dylan Ferrari, you got to love that guy. 5'7", 160. There's the 47-game winning streak on the bottom of the screen right there. That was continued up to 1977, a win over Marin Catholic. That was their 47th in a row. As Wu has big room. Clayton Wu knocked out near the 18-yard line. A great run for him as he picks up 30 yards. Biggest carry of the year so far for Clayton Wu.
Not a real big player. He's 5'10", 160, but he can run the ball. And you saw at the end, he delivered a hit rather than taking a hit. And that's what you got to do as a running back. You want to deliver the hit to the defensive back, make him pay for tackling you.
3 receivers to the near side for Pavitt on 1st and 10, and it's Wu again. And this time he is caught from behind. Laith Hindi doing a nice job reading that play and drops him. Managed to gain a couple yards on that, though. The hole was there. Hindi just closed it fast. 33 yards on 3 carries now for Clayton Wu.
2nd down, 2nd and 6 for Newman.
And he's going to come off the field. 2nd down. Here's Moran. Moran breaks a tackle and keeps on going near the end zone. Is he in? Jake Woods thought so, but the officials say no.
Shane Moran on that carry.
15-yard carry for Shane Moran.
1 yard line.
He took a big hit and just bounced right off it. Check this out.
Right here, nice little spin move. He keeps his legs moving. Great sign of a good running back. Shane Moran, new nickname, Shane Moran the Man.
And here comes the jumbo package for Cardinal Newman down near the end zone. Straight ahead, Moran, right side, untouched, touchdown. They blew Galena off the ball that time. And Moran scores his 2nd touchdown of the night.
A little bit of a tempo thing right there with that heavy package. They brought the heavy package in, as you call it, the jumbo package. But they got that ball off really quick before anybody could go ahead and get set on the Galena side of the ball.
So Cardinal Newman turns the good field position into points once again as Nielsen, who's been a very busy kicker so far tonight. And that kick is up and good. 38-0. Cardinal Newman, great job of blocking on this line in the jumbo set.
Quick snap. They didn't even get a chance to get set. Great kick out block. Line blocks down, kick out. Creates a humongous hole for Moran just to go ahead and walk right in.
So Newman now up 38-0. The connection for Paul Cronin with Cardinal Newman, he actually went to Pioneer High School, but he played for Coach Ed Lloyd, who coached here at Cardinal Newman during the 70s and 80s, and the long winning streak, the 47-game winning streak, which was a state record at the time before De La Salle broke that in the 90s. And so he had heard all the stories about Cardinal Newman and the Cardinal Newman players. And when the job opened up here, he called Coach Lloyd and said, "What do you think? Should I go for that job?" And Coach Lloyd said, "Do it." And so he's been here for 16 years, and the rest is history, as they say.
Definitely. He's a great coach. He's done a great job here. They've had so much success. And I got to credit him for a lot of it because he only has a 500 student body here. His, 500 kids, 250 of them are guys, and they can field a team like this and play against larger schools, bigger sized opponents.
Here comes Dennis, who takes the kick near the sideline, tries to get near the middle. There's a penalty marker down, and Dennis gets taken down at the 19-yard line. I believe that was a block in the back as Dominic Bosky will make the call. Officials doing a nice job tonight.
Big wall to make that stop. Right after flag.
It'll be the first penalty against Galena.
Yeah, that doesn't do their cause any good right there. It's going to be another 10 yards back. Right there, you just see him.
Pretty obvious.
Yeah, right.
There's another one right there. Yeah, there was two.
I think the second one was the one that they were talking about. That first one was just kind of the kid falling, but the second one was definitely a block in the back.
Could be.
Galena all the way back to the 9-yard line. where they will take over 1st and 10.
And we got to take our hats off to the guys running the barbecue tonight. They just delivered us some tri-tip sandwiches. I can't wait till halftime so I can actually eat the darn thing, but it looks pretty good, huh?
Thing's staring me in the face right now.
Yeah, everybody else in the press box is really upset at us right now. Or maybe we can get our roving camera over there and get a shot of those guys, give them a little payback, give them a little love, you know.
Maybe they'll bring us another sandwich.
I like that idea, too. Handoff up the middle. Dennis dives across the 15 to the 18-yard line.
Dragging a Cardinal Newman player, number 5, Julio Angel.
It's going to be close to a first down. Looks like they're just shy. It's been a real bright spot for Galena is that running game right up the gut. They've done a nice job blocking that. And, of course, they've got it when they were blocking right there. You got Nick Wall and Dino Calais are the two guys you got to take care of in the middle. And so if they've done a pretty good job of that. Cardinal Newman takes a timeout right here, 2nd and short. Coach Cronin out to talk with his defense.
A perfectionist, Cronin. He definitely dots all his I's, crosses all his T's, and makes sure they take care of business.
38-0, Cardinal Newman. We'll be back with more action from Ed Lloyd Field in just a moment here on 11 Sports. Cardinal Newman High offers a Catholic college preparatory whole-person education. With a dedicated faculty and state-of-the-art facilities, your daughter or son will have the advantages of the highest caliber educational opportunity in Sonoma County. Learn more at cardinalnewman.org. Yeah, and welcome back as it's Galena facing a 2nd and short. Talked about Cronin the perfectionist. Yeah, they gave up 9 yards on a first down run. Probably talking to his guys about you can't afford to get complacent. Got a big game next week against Rancho Cotati, the habits you develop, all that kind of stuff, I'm sure. They were hoping to be able to get a lot of guys in the game tonight and keep healthy for that Rancho Cotati matchup next week. That's going to be a big game.
That's very important, staying healthy for your next game.
They played Rancho Cotati 3 times last year, which is very unusual in high school football. That's going to be a first down as Dennis carries across the 20 for 3 more yards. His 10th carry of the night so far.
Wall making a nice tackle there from behind. He came around the offensive line, tackled him from behind and drug him down, but he still was able to go ahead and make a first down.
Yeah, Wall is a very good one. Also a great baseball player. He averages 12 tackles per game. He had a scoop and score a couple weeks ago for a touchdown. First down, draw play, Craddock breaks a tackle and dives across the 25. Nice run for Craddock.
Going back to Wall, the linebacker, 48 tackles leading this defense here so far. He's adding to that total here tonight.
2nd down, 2nd and 5, 40-6.
2nd down and a little less than 5 and some movement. And that's going to be a procedure call that goes against the Grizzlies.
I like that you called that a procedure foul. It used to be called illegal procedure. Now they call it false start.
F264, you are blocking the entrance for other cars.
So 2nd and 8. That's too bad. They had a 2nd and manageable. Now they're back into 2nd and 8. They've had a hard time throwing the ball against Newman. They've completed some passes, but they haven't got much positive yardage out of it. Here comes Craddock again on that draw. That's been their best play. And Craddock manages to get a few yards back after the penalty.
On the handoff,
Justin LaFranchi was in on the tackle that time, doing a nice job coming up from the secondary.
Craddock taking himself out right now. Go ahead and get another player. Coaches are screaming on the sideline, get another player out here.
Yeah, and they've got Dennis, so, you know, even though they probably wanted to rest Dennis a little bit more, he's a guy who loves the football, loves to be out on the field.
Got a 2-by-2 passing situation. You see you got 2-by-2.
Hansen goes in motion. And here comes Laird, keeping it himself, trying to turn the corner, and he's close to the first down at the 31-yard line. Nice play design. And it looks like they will move the chains.
Absolutely. Great play design. They send a motion man across the field. That shifts the defense to the wide side of the field. Laird waits for a second. He gets a blocker in front of him, and he just follows him.
5 first downs now for the Galena Grizzlies.
You know, I see a lot of that this year where quarterbacks are becoming the 11th offensive player, making the defense go ahead and count for everybody.
Blitz is coming. Dennis tries to get past it, but right there defensively for Cardinal Newman was Leighton Delzell, and he wrapped him up nicely.
Stopped by number 55, Leighton Delzell.
Roberts definitely is a workhorse. That was a couple-yard gain. 12th carry of the night from Michael Dennis.
Positive yardage. Positive yardage. That's the thing you're looking for here. Keep the drive alive.
Yeah, and you're looking for something to go into the locker room that gives you a little hope. Even if you don't score, pick up a couple first downs and hang on to the football here. Pass complete near side to Coombs. And Coombs gets out past the 35 to the 36-yard line. Gain of a yard.
Well, you said it. You want to go ahead and get something positive going here, going into the halftime. They're going to get the ball when they come out at half. So that's another positive right there. They get another opportunity. So if they can put something on the board here and come out and then put something on the board, they're right back into it.
3rd and 7 movement. It's like Coombs might have jumped that time. And sure enough, the call will go against the Grizzlies.
Penalty goes against the Grizzlies. That'll back them up 5 yards. They'll bring it up a 3rd down, 3rd and a long 12.
Those are the things that, as a coach, you try and preach, you know, hold your water. Come on. We can't go backwards. We need to go forward.
3rd and 12 now. Here comes the blitz. Laird tries to roll away from it and can't get away. And it is LaFranchi who catches him from behind. Nice job on the pass rush there by LaFranchi. And it'll be 4th down.
Frankie does a good job of changing directions. He's coming off way from the outside. He's knifing in, and all of a sudden he sees Laird going to the outside. He changes direction, and he's able to make that tackle.
2nd sack of the night. Cardinal Newman had 7 sacks on the season coming into this one, and have already picked up a couple. Hansen to do the punting. Fair catch. LeBerthan at the 47-yard line. Once again, on the Galena side of the field. I think there's only been one possession where they haven't been in Galena territory to start a drive.
Yeah, things are definitely going Newman's way right now. Since the kickoff, really.
Now the opening kickoff, remember, was a touchdown return.
13 seconds into the contest, and they were leading 7-0.
Yeah, Chauncey LeBerthan took that one the distance. He's also had a 61-yard touchdown catch tonight, showing his speed and versatility with the football. Clayton Wu remains at running back now for Cardinal Newman as Jackson Pavitt takes the snap and looks to throw. LaFranchi takes the pass, and LaFranchi weaves his way to the 41-yard line. That's a pickup of 8 yards.
Pavitt does a good job of taking what's given to him. That slant right there with the defender, the outside linebacker playing off of him. It's a cover 3. Cover 3 by Galena, and those outside linebackers have to play off. Otherwise, they're going to go ahead and get that switch route on them.
We're going to call that a 6-yard pickup. Here comes Wu, and Wu dragged down from behind, but does get close to check it. No, it's Pavitt who has the football. Oh my goodness, Jackson Pavitt with a beautiful fake. And that's a touchdown. He is the leading rusher on this team, a very capable guy with his feet. And right there he shows it as he goes 39 yards for a Newman touchdown, Coach Cronin.
Not only did he go ahead and do a great job of running with the ball, but I'll tell you what, the way he hid that ball was like a magician.
Well, there was 2 or 3 guys that tackled Clayton Wu, and I thought he had the football.
You and I both thought Wu had the football. He pulled that one out and did a great job on that.
Nielsen back on for the point. Little trouble with the hold. And it doesn't quite get over the cross. So the first PAT they've missed tonight, as Pavitt has thrown for a couple long touchdowns, and now he runs for another one. He's just a junior.
Wow, he's got some potential.
Now check out this fake.
Right here is that nice read. He pulls it out. The whole defense just goes, collapses. That's exactly what the play is designed to do, and Pavitt gets to the outside. Nobody there. Beautiful job.
Laith Hindi was the only guy, 54 for Galena, that read the fake, and unfortunately he didn't have the speed to keep up with Jackson Pavitt.
No, Pavitt was like a freight train that wasn't going to be denied right there.
And Hindi had to be thinking, where is everybody else right now? Well, they were all tackling Clayton Wu.
I need my help. Where's my help?
2:53 to go. Cardinal Newman putting on a clinic with a 44-0 lead here in the first half. Unbelievable as Nielsen gets set to kick it away. Mentioned that they played Rancho Cotati 3 times last year. They had a couple games canceled because of the fire. A lot of schools were not reopened, and they were supposed to play Windsor High School 2 weeks in. Windsor couldn't get it together, didn't want to play, so Rancho Cotati stepped up and said, hey, let's play a non-league game, and they did, and Rancho Cotati actually won that game at Rancho Cotati. Later, Cardinal Newman defeated them at Santa Rosa Junior College and then beat them again in the playoffs, so they met 3 times last year.
Wow, that's unusual, very unusual.
Here comes Michael Dennis, and Dennis gets out past the 26-yard line.
Michael Dennis on that return.
That young man's the workhorse for this Galena Grizzly team.
He's going to be asleep on the bus on the way home, my prediction. Until they get to In-N-Out Burger.
It's just right down the road.
You call that ball on the 27-yard line, where the Grizzlies will take over 1st and 10 Grizzlies.
So the Grizzlies with another opportunity, and Hank Roberts' job right now is to keep his team's heads up and try to make something positive happen in this football game. It has been a tough game, but they haven't played that poorly. Cardinal Newman has just been very, very sharp tonight.
No, you're absolutely right. Galena's done some very good things, but they've shot themselves in the foot a couple of times with some penalties where they could have gone ahead and kept the ball moving and moving the chains.
Penalties, and of course the fumble, which gave Cardinal Newman the football near midfield. Draw play to Dennis. And he slides out to the 30-yard line.
Michael Dennis on that carry.
Coming up and making the tackle that time was Connor Williams. Picked up a fumble earlier tonight.
Starting to see some substitutions take place here in the Newman lineup.
2nd and 7. Laird's pass incomplete. Put a little too much on that one, intended for Austin Coombs.
Laird's pass goes incomplete.
He's got a great arm. He's got to learn a little bit of touch on those shorter patterns, however.
Yeah, his receivers have got to help him out. I mean, he's delivering the ball. Doesn't make a difference whether it's coming a fastball, a curveball, or a sinker. Your receiver's got to catch it. Otherwise, you're playing defense.
See the play being signaled in by the Galena Grizzlies. 2:17 to go here in this second quarter. Here comes the blitz. Laird looking deep. Coombs trying to get out there, and he makes the catch. What a job by Coombs, who missed the last one. But there it is right there. You talked about it, Steve. Make the catch. The ball's in your wheelhouse. You've got to come down with it. And Coombs does right there.
Great job. Laird delivers the ball, steps into it. The receiver gets to the outside. The defender just doesn't use the boundary to his advantage and squeeze him out of bounds.
Biggest play of the night for Galena. That's a 40-yard pickup to the 35-yard line. Dennis on the draw. Has some blocking. Breaks a tackle. Dennis to the 10, to the 5. Nice run. They'll spot him down at the 9-yard line where the knee touched, but a very nice run.
I was just going to say that this is the first time they've been in Newman territory, and now they're ripping it up.
21-yard pickup for Michael Dennis.
The workhorse.
Great job blocking that time by the Galena Grizzlies, and Dennis makes the most of it. First and goal for Galena. Laird rolling out, being chased. Throws it a little high, just kind of threw that one away. A pretty good decision, actually. Although he might have been able to tuck and go.
I thought he was going to tuck and go. He probably should have tucked and go. He could have run out of bounds so he didn't have to take a hit. You wasted a down right there, and that's exactly what Coach Roberts is saying.
And he's a guy, you just got to give him some time here. Give him a full year to work with the team. And as you well know, Steve, coaching high school football is not seasonal. It is a full-time, year-round affair.
Well, for an off-campus coach, it's even harder.
No doubt. Here comes Dennis on the draw, and he's met by 3 Cardinals. They'll lose a couple yards on this play. A little trouble with the exchange that time.
Grizzlies went to the well one too many times on that play right there.
Steverson in on the tackle that time, along with Hunter Granis. 15th carry of the night for Mr. Michael Dennis. 3rd and goal. Laird to throw, a little low this time and incomplete. Pass was intended for Aiden Elliott, their leading receiver. We'll see if they just elect to put some points on the board here and try and kick a field goal. Their field goal kicker, very interesting. Ryan Buell moved here from Indiana, and he came out for the football team and said, "Coach, I just want to be a kicker." He's not a soccer guy. He just wants to be a kicker. And said, "Well, I hope you're good at it." And apparently he is very good at it. The holder is Mason LeBlanc. It'll be about a 29-yarder. And he hooked it just a little bit. The snap was high, the timing was off, and that one is no good. Did I jinx him? Did I jinx him, Steve?
Well, he got a chance. Hey, I think they moved the ball. They did a great job of getting down there. They just couldn't punch it in. Now you go in, you make a few adjustments, halftime, come back out and do it again.
1:06 to go here. Cardinal Newman will more than likely run the ball a couple times here and get to the locker room with the big lead. There's going to be some excited backups in the Newman locker room because they know the second half is theirs. As we see Jackson Pavitt take a knee. He did a little bit of everything. He threw a couple touchdowns, ran for one. Great first half for him, the Newman quarterback. Great tradition of quarterbacks here at Newman. Jordan Brookshire a couple years ago, and Bo Barrington last year, who's now at Arizona State. And you go back before that, there's been just a whole string of great quarterbacks. And Paul Cronin, who played quarterback in high school and college, does a great job teaching them, coaching them. He says we spend a lot of time in meetings. He learned that from Coach Ed Lloyd, who spent so much of his personal time helping read the defenses, get ready for preparation each week, and that's what he has brought to the table here at Cardinal Newman as the head coach.
No, he's definitely a player's coach, a guy who wants to develop young men into great individuals.
So it is 44-0 Cardinal Newman over Galena. And if you're Galena, you got to get to the locker room, try to regroup a little bit. You're going to be facing some backups in the second half and a chance to do something positive and maybe have a little fun, get back in the game and have something to talk about on the way home back to Reno, Nevada.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. That's what Hank's going to go ahead and do in the locker room right now.
All right, we'll be back with highlights, the team's totals, and a little bit more here at the half. It's 44-0 Cardinal Newman over Galena on 11 Sports. Welcome back. We are at the half. Dave Cox and the coach, Steve Nicolopolus, bringing you the action here tonight from Cardinal Newman's Ed Lloyd Field, and it's been a lot of action. If you're a Cardinal Newman fan, they lead at 44-0 right now. They look like a very primed football team ready for league play.
Yeah, no, they're going into league against Katata. You said next week is their opening of league. So they're trying to tune everything up, keep everybody healthy. That's the key. You want to keep them healthy. You don't want to get anybody hurt going into league. You want to give all your players an opportunity to go ahead and definitely get some playing time, because you never know when somebody's going to have to get in. The old Bill Belichick next man up routine.
Yeah, no doubt. You keep people healthy. You also get other guys ready to play football who you may need down the road for sure. Let's take a look at some highlights now from that first half. Cardinal Newman wasted little time getting on the board.
No, this is just thunder and lightning. Watch him just part the Red Sea right here, like I said, and he just flies through the hole, and there's nobody that's going to be able to catch him with that burst of speed. Chauncey
LeBerthan takes it the distance. Then after a fumble by Galena, Cardinal Newman was able, or actually a short punt, set up a field goal by Matt Nielsen, and Cardinal Newman made it 10-0. Although for Galena, that was a positive. That was a stop for them.
Absolutely.
Now we see Shane Moran diving for the touchdown. They got it down inside the red zone after the fumble, and the jumbo package did the job. Then it was Pavitt going to work upstairs. LeBerthan scores on a long one, and then Woods right behind that. 2 consecutive plays for touchdowns for Cardinal Newman.
No, they're just knocking it out of the park here tonight.
Gotta love one-play drives, and they had a couple, and there was LeBerthan, and here comes Woods. Double trouble. And Woods didn't have to slow up a bit for that. That was a perfect pass right on the money.
That was delivered excellent.
There's Moran once again on the jumbo package, pounding it across. And the beautiful fake to Clayton Wu faked everybody out, including me. And there went Jackson Pavitt for the last touchdown. They missed the PAT, but it is 44-0. Cardinal Newman, that's a pretty darn good half of football.
6 times they touched the ball, 6 times they've scored.
So a big lead for Cardinal Newman. It is 44-0. We'll take another break right here and be back with more. We are at the half at Ed Lloyd Field on 11 Sports. And welcome back. It's 44-0 Cardinal Newman. Mentioned earlier tonight that they are very happy to be playing football back here on campus. It was last October that the wildfires destroyed the campus, and it affected 96 families lost their homes. 27 classrooms were affected by the fires. Here's the day the school opened and how the kids were greeted as they came to school that day.
It's good to be home. It's been a long walk, 3.5 months, but you know, we worked hard to get here, and I know for the students this is going to be the best next step. So on to phase 2.
For those that work here, and I'm sure for the parents as well, you approach each day to do what you have to do for the students. That's who we are committed to. In this situation, we did it with some uncertainty about the future. Our faith in this place meant our trust in the folks who made sure we got back here. We are grateful for all those who played a role in this day.
Well, there's actually a little more room than we had before, a little more parking, so those things are improvements. Kind of looks more like a European village to me. It's all close together. Everything's pedestrianized. So, but it is nice that we still have the classrooms that weren't damaged to use, and then all the new ones, which are new and in good shape. So I think it's going to be great.
The school is the community of the people who are together. It is not the buildings. It is not the address. And I think if you can remember the difficulty and the willingness to work with each other and care for each other, then we can build a better faith community.
It was a terrific day here on campus when they reopened the classrooms, brought in the portables, and great resilience by the community to get this campus open, get the kids back on campus, get sports getting going again. And the football team meant a lot to the entire community, and the way they finished the season last year very strong, which was fantastic. So we'll take another break right here. When we come back, we'll take a look at what's going on 11 Sports. Tomorrow there's some big college football games on tap, and we'll get ready for the second half of football here at Cardinal Newman High School on 11 Sports.
For award-winning landscape design and installation, call Weiss Landscape Management. For nearly 20 years, Scott Weiss has created beautiful landscapes in California's wine country. In fact, the Weiss landscaping team recently won the Excelsior Award of Excellence. Let Weiss Landscaping make the most of your property. Call 707-542-8597. Design, construction, and maintenance. Weiss Landscape Management.
Looking to buy or sell wine country, ranch, and vineyard property? Weiss Properties, with over 75 years of combined experience, can make it happen. Weiss Properties specializes in North Bay ranch and vineyard properties with in-depth local knowledge and relationships unparalleled in wine country. Weiss Properties can also help with commercial, investment, and residential properties. We know the market. Let us help you get the best deal possible. Call Weiss Properties today or go to Weiss.
Our smiles can light up a room. Our work can light up an entire city. We're the men and women of the IBEW, working with a code of excellence that guarantees the job will be done right, on time, and safely. We're lighting the path to the future. Let us show you just how bright that path is.
One of our successes has always been able to find the B personalities, and the B personality just stands for Butler, which means fitting into our organization. We could have been a much bigger company if we had chosen to be. but it's been the philosophy of both myself, Bill, and the leadership team to stay at a size that we really know all of our team members and their family members, because we're only as good as the team member sitting next to us.
4-0, Cardinal Newman with the big lead. They have just come out of the locker room, and they've got a little spring in their step. As I said, there's got to be some backups. Pretty excited about getting to play a second half of football. Galena, not so fast to emerge, but, you know, Coach Roberts will get them ready for the second half.
No, that's what they pay him for. That's what his job is, and, you know, he's going to get them ready.
Cardinal Newman has done a little bit of everything well so far. Jackson Pavitt, their quarterback, has been extremely effective. He's completed 7 of 10 for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also had the 39-yard touchdown run. Before that, he was a little slow to get going on his feet. But, you know, LeBerthan and Woods, he's got some great receivers. They've had big games. And what most people will tell you about Cardinal Newman is that their defense is really the strength of their team, and the 0 on the board right now for Galena really indicates that.
Yeah, no, the defense is tough to crack. The offense is really on a roll. Galena, they've had some flashes of some brilliance. You know, some things have gone right. But like I said, there's self-inflicted wounds right there. You know, if you love football, we're going to have some great football this weekend. You're seeing a great game here tonight for Cardinal Newman. Tomorrow at 12:30, we've got Charlotte at Massachusetts. 4 o'clock, we're going to have Idaho at UC Davis. And then again at 7:30 p.m., Fresno City is going to be at College of San Mateo. So it's a full slate of football tomorrow on 11 Sportsnet.
Yeah, gotta love that. Big Sky, CCCAA football right here on Big Sky, the only place on 11 Sports, the only place you can see those games. And
absolutely,
it's great. 11 Sports has been a great addition to the United States sports communities and teams that normally wouldn't have been covered.
Right. No, and you're talking football. We've got some European football on Sunday on 11 Sports.
I believe we call that soccer, don't we call that soccer?
We call it soccer,
all right.
But you know, the rest of the world calls it football.
Just wanted to be clear.
No. Well, this is a worldwide broadcasting network, so I want to make sure that that's clear. It's our soccer, their football, and it's going to be at Cal State East Bay, and they're going to be going against the Chico Wildcats, both women's and men. Women's at 11:30, men's at 2 o'clock. So join us for that all weekend here at 11 Sports Net.
Some of the kids from what they call the Danger Zone, the student section here at Cardinal Newman. Not sure what the theme was tonight. I'm not really getting it. Last week it was USA, red, white, and blue. It was pretty easy to figure out. I'm stumped on this one, Steve. You help me out. What do you got?
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on, to be honest with you.
Something. Yeah, I'm not really sure. You see the press box here. The Ed Monahan Memorial Stadium, another great coach that was, he was the one that actually brought in the gold helmets here at Cardinal Newman, and they wore those for many years before Coach Cronin switched them back to the red helmets that they've gone with this year. And so far, those red helmets have brought them a little bit of luck.
Yeah, no, well, they've created their own luck, that's for sure.
Getting ready for this second half to start. There's Shane Moran. He had 4 carries for 23 yards, but 2 of his carries were for touchdowns. And I think what impressed me more about him was how he played on the defensive side of the ball. Coach Cronin said he was one of the best freshmen they've ever had last year. He's a sophomore this year. This is a guy that over the next couple of years is going to get a lot of Division I looks.
Well, if he keeps playing the way he does, everybody's going to want him.
No doubt about that. And there's Jackson Pavitt. Not sure how much longer he will go as the quarterback. Again, they've got a big game next week against their league rival Rancho Cotati from Rohnert Park. And that's going to be a terrific football game. Rancho Cotati right now is undefeated, and they're very close in the power rankings here in Northern California. So, and Rancho had the bye this week, so they're resting. They're gearing up for Cardinal Newman, and that's going to be a good one.
They're either at home watching it on TV, or they're probably here in the stands. So
imagine there's a few Cougars
one or
in the
other.
house. Galena, they also get ready for league play next week, and they figure to be in the hunt of their division, and in Reno, Nevada. There's some good football teams. There's some good football throughout the state. Not as many teams, obviously, in the state of Nevada as we have here in California, but there are some very good ones. And they're hoping that this experience, coming to California, playing one of the top-ranked teams in Northern California, helps them get better for league play.
The last time they were in the playoffs, I think, was 2013, the Galena Grizzlies. And they want to get back there, and that's why they hired Hank Roberts to go ahead and take care of that.
And we were just informed they will have a running clock here in the second half, so that's going to speed up the second half for sure. And that's one of the things the coaches talk about for the game, and it's a good idea. It keeps everybody safe, everybody healthy, especially when the score gets a little bit lopsided.
Yeah, no, both coaches agree to it. It has to be a gentleman's agreement in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, it's an automatic.
And in terms of fire recovery and the resiliency of the community last year, there are a couple events coming up in October. KSRO Radio, who was one of the mainstays throughout that tragedy in terms of reporting what was going on, they have Heroes of October, 2 events coming up. The Community Foundation Resiliency Fund will benefit from these. Sunday, September 30th, right here in Santa Rosa, a celebration of heroes in Santa Rosa's Courthouse Square. And there'll be live music. It's from 12 to 5, September 30th. And then a great golf tournament will be coming up on October 1st, the Heroes of October golf tournament at Oakmont Golf Course. They'll have one of the heroes, one of the first responders or other heroes will be on every hole as people play that scramble. So that's going to be really cool and a great way to raise money to help future events and that community foundation that's trying to help so many people. Not everybody had insurance to rebuild. Not everybody was able to recover from what happened. And that's a great way to support the community and help everybody.
I mean, it was devastating. You know, we watched it from down in the Bay Area, and our hearts went out to every single person here in this community. And I knew a couple of people that lived over in Coffey Park. And they were lucky that their house wasn't damaged. They were one of the lucky ones. But my goodness, terrible things. But a great community, great. They do a great job of bringing everybody together, and everybody's pulling for one another.
There's a lot of rebuilding going on. You see a lot of fresh wood out there. It's great to see the houses popping up in the different neighborhoods. I was up over Fountain Grove today on the way here, and you could see, houses sprouting up here and there. Some of the lots still kind of untouched, however. That oak tree survived somehow, because you look to our left, you look to our right, up on the hill straight ahead of us, a lot of dead oak trees. That big oak tree at the south corner of Ed Lloyd Field made it through that somehow that night.
It's amazing.
Second half, we're set to go as Galena sets to receive the ball.
Matt Nielsen set to kick it off. Craddock and Nielsen back for the Galena Grizzlies. Looks like it's going to be Nielsen. Or check it, that is a new returner. That's Mateo Rasmussen, and he gets a pretty good head of steam out past the 30-yard line. Rasmussen, a 6'2", 185-pound senior.
Got some good size.
Dennis was their leading ground gainer in the first half with 15 carries and 62 yards. Their quarterback, Alex Laird, completed 6 of 10 for 44 yards. He had that big 44-yarder just before the end of the half. Got the bulk of that yardage. And there's Mr. Dennis back on the field.
Late arrival there. Bobby Hartley Brown had to come off the sidelines to get into this.
Laird to throw on first down, and it goes through the hands of Coombs. Coombs had that big catch for 40 yards in the first half. On coverage that time was Jet Dumont for Cardinal Newman.
No, you said earlier that Laird was putting some mustard on those throws. He's still got some fire on some of those throws. These receivers, they got to learn to catch those things.
Yeah, that's like an 85-mile-an-hour fastball right there. Draw play, Dennis for a first down as he dives past the 40, taken down by Austin Loden, who did a nice job hanging on to him, but that's a 12-yard gain, and they will move the chains. 7 first downs for the Grizzlies in the first half. That is their first down of the second half of play.
First down.
From the 44-yard line now. Laird to throw, rifles that one into coverage and almost caught by Combs. He put it on the money despite the fact that he took a big hit right after he let go of the football.
That was a very small window to deliver that ball, and that's why Laird's putting some mustard on that throw. He's got to go ahead and zing it right in there because the coverage is so tight.
Good job getting to him that time. Daniel Boyle was right there to make the hit. Draw play. Dennis breaks a tackle and spins to the 49-yard line.
Handoff from Laird.
Nice open field tackle that time by Hunter Granis.
Hunter Granis there to make that play.
That's about a gain of about 4 for Dennis. He's got 83 yards now in this football game. He's approaching 20 carries, and the way this second half may pan out, he may carry the ball 30 times tonight. 3rd down and 6. Good pressure by Cardinal Newman. Coombs can't hang on. A couple guys coming right up the middle. Got a hand in Laird's face that time, including Will Shirley, number 75 on that defensive line. And that'll be 4th down.
That ball was delivered right to Coombs again, right in his hand, and it just bounced off his hands. Got to learn to put those hands together and catch that ball.
Again, an extremely young team. A lot of sophomores on varsity. You can tell Hank Roberts, his head is turning toward, okay, we're going to get better this year, but I'm going to bring along a bunch of sophomores and look out the next couple of years. We're going to be a good football team. Kick. Fair catch. As Jared Doolittle takes that one for Cardinal Newman. And I wonder if they're going to play in Reno next year. That'll be interesting to see. As we take a break right here, Cardinal Newman will have their hands on the football for the first time in the second half. It's 44-0.
The Cardinal Newman football team.
Here we go, 44-0. Cardinal Newman with the football, facing a 1st and 10, their first possession of the second half. Jackson Pavitt, who's had a great game at quarterback. They'll run an option. Pitch to Moran. And Moran steps out of bounds on the far side. So where they spot that, they're going to spot him just short of the 30, so it's a 9-yard pickup for Shane Moran.
I'll be thoroughly honest with you, Dave. I'm a little bit surprised that Moran and Pavitt are still in there right now.
Yeah, you got to imagine it's going to be one, maybe two possessions at the most. And I was talking to Coach Cronin about his backup a few weeks ago, and he didn't really have a definitive answer about who his backup quarterback was. We're going to find out tonight, I have a feeling. Comes Clayton Wu. Nice little counter, and he's got a first down. So he gets out to the 35-yard line. Nice job by the white jerseys. Mateo Rasmussen leading the Grizzlies on the tackle that time as Wu picks up a Cardinal Newman first down.
And that'll be enough for a Newman first down.
Definitely some new guys in at the receiver position. Double trouble has been taken off the field right now. We saw a lot of them in the first half, and they did a great job. Here comes the handoff straight ahead to Moran. Big hole. Moran has a first down as he gets out past the 45 to the 48-yard line.
Sophomore, correct?
Yes, he is.
He's got a nice little motor. Just keeps going and going.
Yeah, and he's going to get bigger. He's got some room to grow, I'll tell you.
He has a brother that plays on the team, too. That's an older brother.
Zach Moran.
A lot of siblings or cousins or relatives on this team. You know, there's one set of cousins. There's the Moran brothers. Rancho Cotati at Newman, September 28th, 7 o'clock.
That's going to be a good one. Nice catch that time in traffic by Zach Moran. Speaking of Zach Moran, he's also a sophomore. They are twins,
wow.
In fact.
Rasmussen with a nice tackle there. Rasmussen does a great job of coming up, making an open field tackle, and that's something positive that Roberts is going to go ahead and, build upon.
A couple yards short of the first down. This time Newman is in Galena Grizzly territory. The running clock ticking now, under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Handoff straight ahead goes to Austin Loden, and he gets decent yardage just past the 40-yard line as he picks up 5 more yards.
Loden gets that ball to the 30-yard line.
Loden, a junior, getting a chance to tote the rock.
That'll be enough for a Newman first down.
And this is great. Depth is always a good thing, especially the long season. The playoffs are long, and Newman figures to be a team that's going to be around. They have a very good chance. They're number one in their section. If you win that, you go on to that NorCal playoff. You can play 14, 15 games by the end of the season.
Long, long season.
Too long, if you ask Coach Cronin. He is not a big fan of the current playoff system and competitive equity, as the handoff goes to Clayton Wu, and that's a loss of a yard. Most football coaches will tell you the season's just too long. We need to shorten the first rounds of the playoffs or eliminate those altogether and get right into the NorCal or state playoff tournament and get that going.
We got that dissertation from Coach Cronin on the phone the other night. His thesis.
We did.
I kind of agree with some of the things that he said, but as a coach, when you get in there, you always want to be able to make it into the playoffs. You want to go deep. You want your season, especially when you got a great team. You want to just keep going, give the kids an opportunity. But sometimes their health has to come into play.
Pavitt misses the mark right there. Intended for LaFranchi. One of the few missed targets he's had tonight. He's been right on the money most of the time.
No, he's had some beautiful passes. That one for a touchdown to Woods was remarkable. He just laid that right into his hands, and he threw the receiver open. He didn't throw to the receiver. He threw the receiver open.
Third and long now for Newman. 2 receivers to the near side and 2 to the far side. The single back is Moran. Snap it from the 32. They need to get, or the 42, excuse me. They need to get to the 30. Draw play. Moran hit and drop. Nice defensive play that time. Right in the middle of that Grizzly defense by Matthew O'Connor. He's a junior. And he wrapped up and hung on nicely that time.
Couple-yard gain on the play.
They're going to go ahead and go for it. This will be the first time that Galena's been able to go ahead and stop Newman if they can stop him on this series, or excuse me, on this play.
There's Coach Roberts. Quite a road trip. They got a big bus. He said the biggest problem was food and finding a weight room. They like to lift on game day. This pass is complete. They're going to get the first down, so Galena doesn't get the stop as that pass was on the money to Zach Moran. And he gets down to the 25-yard line. A 15-yard pickup, and once again, they will move the chains. But he credits the team mom, Julie Jackson. And he said if it wasn't for her, he would not be able to put this road trip together. She was instrumental in making it happen. And one of the first people he met when he got to Galena was Julie Jackson. And you got to have people like that on your team.
You just gave her name out over the air.
I know, he's in trouble now. Huh?
Now she's going to have to go into the Team Mom Witness Protection Program.
Yeah. He said she doesn't want any recognition. She doesn't like her name mentioned. So Coach told us, Julie, but we wanted to give you some props because we know the kids appreciate it. We know the other parents appreciate it, and we certainly know the coaches appreciate what you do for the team.
Absolutely.
194 yards passing now for Jackson Pavitt. As he looks to hit right around his average. He's averaged over 200 yards a game in the air and a couple more completions, and he'll be right there as this third quarter ticks away. Handoff and a good defensive play as the Galena Grizzlies start to tee off a little bit. It is Matthew O'Connor who makes the tackle as Austin Loden carried again, and that will do it for quarter number 3. So the running clock speeding things up just a little bit here, and Cardinal Newman maintaining the 44-0 lead, and they are driving down the football field right now. So the teams will flip sides, and we will head for the final 12 minutes of play here on 11 Sports. Cardinal Newman still up big here in Santa Rosa. So 44-0 as we start the fourth quarter here at Cardinal Newman. It's going to be a field goal attempt here on third down, believe it or not. 42-yarder for Nielsen, and he pulled it just a little bit wide to the left.
Well, he had to go ahead and do that because he had a great rush up the middle. Galena really came after that one, did a good job forcing him to kick it wide. That, Dave, is the first stop of the night for the Galena defense.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we arrived at third, or was it fourth down? And I'm not sure what happened exactly there. There was some confusion on what down it was. It must have been fourth down because they kicked field goal, right?
The magical down, yeah.
So Galena takes over as we begin this fourth quarter. See if the Grizzlies can get something going. Comes Craddock, wrapped up and dropped near the 20-yard line. Nice job in the open field by Austin Loden to make the tackle. He's had a good game.
Yeah, he's a young kid, 11th grader.
Second down, 2nd and 10 for the Grizzlies.
And again, just to go ahead and preface it, this is a whole new system for these kids, coaching staff. You know, they've got to learn everything new. Verbiage, that's a tough thing to do.
Not easy at all. Here comes Laird to throw this time, complete far side. Nice yardage out to the 25-yard line as he managed to find a man over there. I believe that was
Bobby Hartley Brown.
Bobby Hartley, yeah, he got that one. Bobby Hartley Brown is a 6'3", 200-pound junior. Good size.
Good size, but I'll tell you what, he did a good job of making something out of nothing there. He was tackled almost for a loss and picked up 5.
Only 49 yards in the air for Laird so far tonight. Throws this one a little bit high, intended for Will Monroe.
That'll bring up fourth down. 4th and 5 for the Grizzlies.
One of the guys Coach Roberts talked about, one of the guys that he really loves on this team is the senior Patrick Roberts, who not only works his 40 reps on defense, but then on offense, but then takes 40 snaps as a scout player. And he was pretending to be Dino Caleo all week, so he had to kind of fill those shoes and be that guy as they prepared for this game. And that's a great team player right there. Somebody who's willing to not only take his reps, but then take 40 more as a scout team player. That's awesome. Good punt that time that rolls all the way down to the 36-yard line.
Jared Doolittle decides to not run that ball back as it dropped dead right there on the 37-yard line, where Newman will take over. 1st and 10 Cardinals.
Games to watch. We've got high school, junior college, college football on 11 Sports Net all weekend long, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, I'll be in Davis tomorrow working that game. The Idaho-Davis game should be a fun one at UC Davis.
And I'll be at the CSM Fresno City game.
That should be a barn burner as well.
Oh, yeah. CSM wants to bounce back after last week's loss in the last 40 seconds.
And we do get to take a look at Paul Cronin's backup quarterback finally. And it's Giancarlo Woods.
Giancarlo Woods in as quarterback.
How about that? He's a junior.
Handoff to Austin Loden.
Austin Loden was the ball carrier that time, and he picked up about 6 yards off that right side. So Giancarlo Woods brings a completely different look to their offense when he comes into quarterback. He is more of a Jordan Brookshire type that is kind of a guy who's going to think run first, maybe pass later, and he's a very good athlete.
He's definitely a talented athlete, but you look at what he's listed as. He's listed as a running back, a wide receiver, a cornerback, and now he's a backup quarterback. So he's got 4 positions listed to his name.
As Loden carries for 4 yards and a first down. So Cardinal Newman moves the chains. 10 first downs now for Cardinal Newman tonight. They've had some big plays on offense.
Jordan Brookshire, who's now playing at Laney College in Oakland.
We'll see him this year, a couple of weeks down the road, playing against College of San Mateo on 11 Sports Net on a Friday night.
And he led Cardinal Newman into the NorCal playoffs against Valley Christian a few years ago.
We did that game, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Here's Loden hit in the backfield and dropped. Nice job by the defense that time, as getting there first was Matthew O'Connor. He's had a good football game for the Grizzlies tonight.
Second and 10 for the Cardinals.
There's a nice tackle right there, an open field tackle.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to remind you that
Now, you know, I want to go ahead and credit the Grizzlies with their sportsmanship here. You know, they're losing 44-0, and sometimes kids can get real chippy. But you know what? They're playing clean football. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to do, and they're gentlemen.
Here comes Loden trying to turn the corner, and he is hit and dropped. Justin Bogart in on the tackle. Also coming up and making the hit was
brought down by Justin Bogart, number 34.
Kyle Denny that time. Was in on the tackle as well. He's a junior, 6 foot, 160-pounder.
Bogart coming up 12 to 15 yards from a safety position to go ahead and make that tackle. And he's not the biggest kid out there. We got him listed at 5'7", 135 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah, he put it right in there, though, and made the tackle. Again, Giancarlo Woods is now at quarterback for Cardinal Newman. Running a lot of read option, giving it to Loden. And that was really the bread and butter when Brookshire was the quarterback here. They ran that read option. He was so good at it. And he was a guy that did it mostly with his feet, although he's become a very good passer at the college level as well.
That's what they do at the junior college level. They develop these players into great players so that they can go ahead and move on. Great junior college system here in California.
Yeah, amazing. There's so many great teams, and a lot of the Division II teams have dropped off, so there's nowhere else to play.
Absolutely.
4th down. Woods needs 5 yards here. Loden hit, and he's not going to get the first down. So the Grizzlies will take over with 4:33 to go. We're going to take a break right here. It's 44-0 Newman. The Galena Grizzlies will have the football when we come back here on 11 Sports. All right, the Danger Zone, having a good time tonight here at Cardinal Newman High School. We're in Northern California,
Santa Rosa, California, wine country, the area devastated by the wildfires last October. And recovering, I guess, is the best word for what's happening in this community. And certainly the football team has recovered. They lead this one 44-0. Not that they ever really missed a beat last year. They went to the section championship, lost to Marin Catholic there, but they're very happy to be back on campus playing high school football back here at Cardinal Newman. And the Galena Grizzlies from Reno, Nevada, trying to get on the board here before the clock expires. And the nice run that time by Nolan Craddock for 15 yards and a first down to the 41-yard line in Newman territory.
Yeah, right here does a good job. Just a little draw play. They get a body on a body, the Galena Grizzlies, and they pick up a first down.
Nice open field tackle that time by Jared Doolittle for Cardinal Newman. I'll try it again. This time he bounces it to the outside, makes a couple guys miss, and has another first down. Nice run by Craddock as he gets down to the 25, 26-yard line.
Craddock with a nice stiff arm there to go ahead and pick up an extra 4 or 5 yards. You see he gets to the outside, stiff arm, downfield, out of bounds, first down.
Great run for Craddock as we go under 4 minutes to play here in this football game. It's been all Cardinal Newman from the opening kickoff. Chauncey LeBerthan taking it 95 yards to the house. Here comes Laird, throws this one incomplete. Well behind Hansen, the intended receiver.
Yeah, that ball was thrown way behind him.
See the folks from Reno bundling up a little bit. It's been a long road trip and a tough night for them.
Yeah, but they're here. They're hanging in.
They made it, yeah.
They're hanging in there.
That's dedication right there. Draw play again to Craddock. Will Shirley wraps him up in the backfield and brings him down. Nice play for the 6'1", 185-pound junior.
You know, you were talking earlier about how the community came together after the wildfires. This team really helped them in the healing process. It gave them something to go ahead and be positive about, and it's carried over into this year as well.
Yeah, particularly for the students here at Cardinal Newman as Craddock carries again. Breaks another tackle. Craddock down to the 21-yard line, short of a first down, but another nice run. They had to go to satellite campuses, so the different classes, freshmen, juniors, sophomores, seniors, were all spread out all over town. The only place they really came together as a group and could be together as a family was at the football games. And so that's why those Friday night games, even though they were all road games, they had to play at Santa Rosa Junior College, which opened up their doors to them. That's where they came together as a school and as a community, and that was a big deal. Fourth down. They need about 3 yards here. Laird is looking to throw for it. Fires it complete. Coombs has it at the 15-yard line. Nice throw. Nice catch. Woo knocked him out of bounds, but that's a first down for the Galena Grizzlies. Under a minute and 30 to go.
Well, that's taking advantage of a good size matchup right there by Laird. The big receiver versus a small defensive back. That time, the receiver turned his numbers to Laird and drilled him right with the ball.
Galena determined to try to get on the board here. Craddock straight ahead and manages to get just to the 13-yard line. Under a minute to play now.
Been right down about the 14-yard line. Going to bring up second down, 2nd and 9 for the Grizzlies.
Roll out. Laird throwing for the end zone, incomplete. Receiver didn't turn around quite in time, and he had some heat coming. He had a couple of Cardinals right in his face, including Luca Costello and Daniel Boyle. Hank Roberts still smiling over there on the far side of the field.
What a great guy, great guy. We had the talk with him and before the game and on the phone, and great guy to talk to.
Very entertaining conversation we had with him, and that's going to do it. Newman wins it 44-0. Big night for Cardinal Newman offensively. and defensively. And that guy right there, Chauncey LaBerthan, he did it on the opening kickoff. He had another long touchdown on a reception. What a player he is, and what a team. Cardinal Newman put on a great show tonight.
It's a real deal. Cardinal Newman played a great game. The Grizzlies came a long ways. They hung in there. They never quit, and that's something to go ahead and hang your hat on.
So Cardinal Newman takes care of business in preparation for league play next week against Rancho Cotati. Galena will also open up their league next week in the Reno area. And Steve, there's a lot going on here. 11 sports tomorrow. We got high school football tonight, but a lot of college football coming up tomorrow. So
yeah, you'll be at UC Davis, Idaho at UC Davis. I'll be at CSM for Fresno City, and CSM, which will be on at 7:30. It's a delayed broadcast. And look forward to seeing everybody on 11 Sports Net here in the future, bringing great football games right to your own living room.
No doubt about that. It's been a big night for everyone here at Cardinal Newman as they win it 44-0. Coach Cronin talking with his team. I'm sure very proud of their performance here tonight. Wasn't a lot of negatives that he can point to in this one. They did a lot of things well, and I think they're ready to go next week when league play begins. That's going to do it for our coverage here tonight. Hope you have enjoyed it. For Steve Nicolopolus, I'm Dave Cox, and for everyone here at 11 Sports, good night from Santa Rosa, California. The final score once again, Cardinal Newman 44, the Galena Grizzlies 0. Have a good night, everybody.